Your chest isn't the problem, your back isn't the problem, and your quads aren't the problem. The problem is that those muscles are not the ones that are ending the set. Something else is.
The body doesn't care what muscle you intend to train. It only cares about completing the movement. And when several muscles are involved, the exercise ends when one critical link in that chain can no longer continue. Not necessarily the muscle you wanted to train. And that's where a lot of confusion in bodybuilding starts.
A lot of people look at an exercise and ask, what muscle is this supposed to train? Wrong question. The better question is, what muscle could fail first? Because if the wrong muscle fails first, the target muscle may never receive the level of stimulus you think it's getting. And that's not a volume problem, that's a precision problem.
Let's start with the chest. A pec deck gives the chest a very direct job. The upper arms moves across the body, horizontal abduction, one of the primary functions of the pectorals. The triceps are not the limiting factor. Balance is not the limiting factor, and grip is not the limiting factor. The chest gets a very clean line of tension. Now compare that to a chest press or a bench press. The chest works, absolutely, but so do the triceps, the front delts, and the shoulder joint. And if those muscles fail before the chest does, the set is over. The chest may still have something left, but the movement stops. The chest doesn't know you're doing a bench press, it only knows tension, it only knows force. And if another muscle ends the set before the chest receives enough of that stimulus, don't be surprised if the chest never develops the way you want it to.
This is one reason I like machines so much better. Not because free weights are bad, because machines can remove weak links. They give the target muscle a way more direct line to resistance. And when the goal is bodybuilding, that's incredibly valuable.
Back might be the perfect example for this principle. You're doing a pull down for lats, but what can fail first? Grips, forearms, biceps, torso stability. The lats may still have plenty left, but if your hands open or your biceps gives out, the set is done. The back didn't fail, the chain failed. Now let's take it one step further. Bend over rows are a fantastic exercise. I've used them, a lot of great bodybuilders have used them. But they also illustrate this weak link problem perfectly. At the beginning of the set, your lower back is fresh, your torso is stable, your lats are working. Then the set goes on. The spinal erectors start getting tired, the torso angle starts changing, the lower back begins taking a beating. And now the exercise can end because your lower back has had enough. Not because the lats failed, the back didn't necessarily fail, the chain failed. If your lower back consistently fails before your lats, then you're not limited by your back, you're limited by your lower back. That's a completely different problem.
This is why I always ask, what muscle is actually ending the exercise? Because if your lower back consistently fails before your lats, you're not limited by your back, you're limited by your lower back. And that's a complete different problem. The arms are hooks, that's it. If your biceps are dominating the movement, you're not training your back with precision, you're just moving weights. Drive from the elbows, keep your chest high, and if your grip is limiting before your lats, use straps. There's no trophy from letting your grip fail first.
The exact same thing happens with squats. The quads are incredibly strong muscles. But the set may end because of lower back fatigue, breathing, balance, hip fatigue, or simply systemic exhaustion. The quads are working, no question, but it may not be the muscle ending the set. This is why somebody can squat 500 pounds and still have an average quad development. The exercise is brutally hard, but hard and targeted are not the same thing. Now compare that to a leg extension. The quadriceps have a much cleaner job. Knee extension, direct resistance, less balance, less lower back involvement, fewer places to hide. The question isn't, is this exercise hard? The question is the right muscle doing the hardest work?
See, people confuse hard with effective all the time. That's the problem. Dragging a car uphill is hard. It doesn't make it the best quad exercise. Stop asking how hard the workout feels. ask whether the right muscle is actually being challenged. That is the difference between surviving a workout and building a body.
So how do you fix this? Rule number 1, figure out what actually failed. At the end of every set, ask yourself, what stopped me? Was it the target muscle or was it something else? Rule number 2, choose exercises that match the goal. If the goal is chest, pick exercises that load the chest directly. If the goal is lats, don't let the biceps run the show. If the goal is squats, don't let the lower back turn the workout into a survival contest. Rule number 3, use pre-exhaust when another muscle keeps winning. This is where the last video connects. Fatigue the target muscle first, then move into the compound movement. Chest, pec deck, then chest press. Quads, leg extension, then leg press. Back, pull over, then pull down. Now the target muscle has a head start. The assisting muscles can help. But a target muscle can no longer hide behind them. If another muscle consistently steals the exercise, the answer isn't always more volume. Sometimes it's changing the order of exercises. Sometimes it's changing the exercises completely. Sometimes it's simply recognizing that your weak link isn't the muscle you're trying to grow.
Warning. Pre-exhaust isn't something you scatter all over the place just to make your workout harder. That is missing the point entirely. You use it when another muscle is consistently limiting the target muscle. Precision, not chaos. All right, I spent years chasing exercises, and I started asking a different question. What muscle is actually ending the set? That one question changed the way I train and the way I coach today. Because if the wrong muscle keeps failing first, the right muscle may never get a chance to actually grow. So before you add another set, before you add another exercise, before you blame your genetics, ask yourself one question. Did a muscle I wanted to train actually fail, or did something else quit first? That answer might explain why a body part hasn't responded the way you expected. So do me a favor, leave me a comment. What actually fails first for you? Chest, triceps, back, biceps, quads, or lower back? I'd love to hear it. I will answer it. But before I let you go, if this way of training resonates with you, if you're tired of the fitness noise and you want to understand how to train intelligently, I built something called the Heavy Duty Nation. It's my private community where we go much deeper than I can here on YouTube. We do weekly live video chats. There are courses, ebooks, downloadable resources, and a growing library of content, all built around one thing: helping you train smarter and get better results. But honestly, it's more than just the content. It's the people. Serious men who want to learn, improve, and think for themselves. If that sounds like your kind of place, the link is down below. I'd love to have you on board.